Jeez, that took way longer
That
than I
was
thought
the
it would.
longest one.
Heroic accident. Oh, don't talk to me. No.
Nice hair, dude.
Yeah.
It's
He does have nice hair. Fuck you.
Colin's got the best hair.
You know who has the best hair in all of Zelda?
Who?
Ocarina of Time Link. He's got a freaking dope do, in my opinion.
Alright.
He does. Which Link do you think has the best hair? Didn't think so. I mean, Twilight Princess Link's up there.
Look at his luscious looks.
Yeah, so I'm literally going to say
His
luscious
deep blue
looks.
eyes. He takes after his father with deep blue eyes.
Yeah, I was just going to say luscious eyes as well. Stop groveling at my feet, boy. Ugh.
Don't call me a boy, I'm your father.
I'm fine now. Yeah, right. Stop doing the anime sparkly eye thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the twitchy eye. But when I grow up, when I return to my original form, I'm going to be just like you, Accident.
Yes. You didn't do biology in high school, did you?
Nope.
No. So we got this little picture where it's got, like, the size of the body parts are based on how sensitive they are. So the hands are really big, and like the nose is really sensitive, I think, and I think the feet are sensitive. I think the feet are pretty sensitive, and the genitals are really sensitive as well. So like there are, and so Stephanie, put a picture of that up on the screen, because yeah, it's just this. Like, it just shows off the features of the body that are most or least sensitive. It's interesting.
My penile.
Yeah. So obviously the genitals is very sensitive, like the most
That's
sensitive.
why mine is so fucking big.
That's why we use them for sex, because it's like the ultimate pleasure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you'd be using your fingers. It's a bit like finger
Hey
sex.
man, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I freaking.
And that's why people hold hands as well.
Doodly-doo.
That's why people hold hands, it's like a really special feeling.
Ah.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. How do I get off this freaking nene, dude?
Just kill him.
How do I?
Slice down.
Okay. I think the idea is like you go into the Gora mines, your wooden shield burns away, like, ah shit, where am I got this
it
shield
does.
now?
That happened to me when
And
I
then-
played it for the first time.
Yeah, and then when you leave town, it's like, yo, you can get another shield.
Mm.
It's like, oh, but I went and bought it before I went in because I'm a smart little cookie.
Mm.
Aren't I cool?
I think it was. It's also interesting that the Orden shield is a special one. Like you can't get it back after it burns away, and that's what I lost in my own playthrough.
Oh, really? Is the other one? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so like your basic wooden one that you can get from the Melee Mart, and I think you can get it in Hyrule Castletown as well.
Mm.
But like you don't get the Orden shield back because it's a very special. Like obviously, Orden's a little village. They don't have like a whole industry around making shields and swords.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
It's kind of cool.
Actually, I lost a few film projects
Wait.
years ago. Maybe like 10 years ago, I lost a whole bunch of film project stuff. And one of them was this sort of medieval story thing where I had like a little cardboard knife, and then I had like a cardboard shield and stuff, and a cape, and so I was going to do this big adventure series. And where like this kitchen boy goes through this big saga. I think I've still got some of the stuff, but I can't remember. I thought it was really cool at the time, and it was obviously heavily inspired by Legend of Zelda. But it was my own thing.
I made shit like that all the time.
Yeah, I know you did.
One of my favorite was, just speaking of Zelda stuff, the mirror shield from Ocarina of Time. What I did was I put some aluminium on a piece of cardboard, and that made the mirror part. And I was like, I'm so clever.
Yeah.
Even though it's not it's a reflective surface, but it's not reflective.
You had heaps of toys. Compared to me, with like one or two, you had like 10.
My dad liked to make things for me and buying toys and stuff. Fucking stop.
I want to talk about how the new characters were treated in the new trilogy.
Back to Rise
of Skywalker. Spoil. The new characters for the new Star Wars trilogy was Rey, Poe, and Finn. They're like the new good guys. Now, obviously, Rey has gone through a big saga for her story, so we don't really need to talk much about her. I think we've already talked a fair bit about it. But how do you think Poe and Finn were treated in the trilogy? I think Finn got a lot more screen time and a lot more focus than Poe did, and I think that there was a fair bit left wanting in terms of his story. But they did sort of touch on it a bit with the female love interest sort of character that they had.
Rose? Wait.
No, for Poe.
Oh yeah.
And where was
a lot of people didn't like that.
I thought she was cool, especially at the end where it's like, do I get a kiss? And she's like, nah.
She looks like a member of TWIP, TWIP.
Yeah, with the mask.
It looks just like
Dr. Sun.
No, that's the main guy.
Lord Phobos.
Lord Phobos.
Yeah.
She looks just like him. And I was like, oh.
Do you like tweet twerp band and say, I didn't know Lord Phobos was in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Disappointed there was no guitar solo.
Yeah. Did I do it? No. Wait. There. So Rey was, constantly growing and changing throughout all three films.
Yeah, and she was the main character.
Finn got a lot of character development in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more in the second, and then none in the third.
Yeah.
In the first one, it's about him, kind of changing from being a stormtrooper to actually being part of the rebels.
Yeah.
In the second one, it was about him actually taking responsibility and actually becoming the hero that people think he is.
Yeah.
Even though he technically already was a hero, but he's kind of living up to the name now more.
Yeah.
And in the third one, he just kind of exists. He does a thing. He doesn't really have a character arc. He's just around.
Yeah.
And you got Poe. He was barely in the first film. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
In the second film, he has
a pretty significant role.
He has a big character arc. How he learns to not be so, I guess, aggressive, reckless. Yeah. And I think third one, he was kind of in the same boat as Finn, if I recall. I mean, it's kind of about
him taking on the general role and being a leader. But that's
I guess so. Learning responsibility further, I guess.
Yeah. They really should have. I thought that his character had a lot of potential, and that they should have done some good stuff with him.
Yeah.
Because
I think the biggest misstep was not including him enough in the first film.
Yeah.
Because because of that, I never felt very close to him. I still, when you tell me the main character, if you were to ask me who are the main characters of the sequel trilogy, I'd be like Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, BB-8, and then I might think, and Poe. You know what I mean?
Luke Skywalker.
No. He's not.
They're like side characters.
He's not in the first one.
No, he's not. Leia's in it. Han Solo's in the first one. He's a big...
Yeah, and he dies.
Yeah.
I didn't say the first one. I said the trilogy.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that Alias stuff?
Ew. Smells like your stinky farts.
Yeah, it's a fat bag.
She keeps in it.
Otherwise I was going to have to ride you earlier into the
field. Well, that got weird. But
yes.
Can you at least promise me this? Absolutely not. Whatever it is, I'm going to deliberately...
For anyone.
I mean...
But do it.
That's kind of like a...
It's a personal thing, really.
It's kind of a bit presumptuous. I don't want to keep following this stinky fart trail next time on...
Stink Quest.
Oopsie. Yep. Stink Quest.